Let's go to the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Another Sun Belt team and another Mountain West team we're going to be talking about here. And by the way, we're not done talking about Sun Belt Mountain West matchups today, by the way,
Yep,
either.
yep, yep, yep.
But let's stick to potatoes. What do we know? Georgia State has been slaughtered in the transfer portal. Slaughtered. They might be a better team than Utah State. They might be.
They
But
they
no
uh, they
mark.
probably are. They probably are straight up. If you want to talk about just like if we're playing week 13 in the football season, I'm probably taking Georgia State, and I think that's reflected in that it's only a 2.5 point spread after all the opt outs. Sorry.
No Marcus Carroll, no Robert Lewis, no Montavious Cunningham, no Brown. Yeah, that's really it. But then really Utah State, all they're missing is Devin Dye at safety and potentially Avante Dickerson at corner. But sure, there'll be no Cooper Lega. But Levi Williams is a stud at quarterback in his own
He has been
right.
a baller.
When he has played, he has been a stud. Give me the Aggies. Give me Utah State minus 2.5. Another favorite. I think I've taken all favorites today. And I'm not normally one to do that. I'm normally the guy that's the underdog guy, but I'm doing it. This is not the week of the dog. And that's a pretty dangerous thing to say, especially during bull season, because that's when the dogs start barking. But I'm gonna in this Idaho Potato Bowl, give me the Utah State Aggies minus 2.5. Darren Granger, I'm sorry. You lose Marcus Carroll, you lose your left tackle, or sorry, your right tackle, you lose Robert Lewis. They kind of slouched on the way, like that last part of the season. I think these are two teams that kind of in similar spots, but Georgia State did not keep their roster together after the season. So give me Utah State. Give me the Aggies.
Like, I'm pretty pissed we're not gonna have Cooper Legas play in this football game. Although I love Levi Williams. Cooper Legas is a hero in bowl games for sure. But yeah,
Legend. Boy, he's a bowl game legend.
he is with one of the most iconic clips ever. But yeah, Darren Granger is gonna have to carry a load a little bit more than he would like to, or maybe the coaching staff would have liked him to, with how good Marcus Carroll has been, with how good Robert Lewis has been. You're looking at these guys in the transfer portal, and you're seeing them go to legit Power Five football programs. And like, okay, yeah, like that's just hard to replace them in season in the bowl game while you're trying to recruit, while you're trying to get transfer portal and get your team ready to play in this football game. Yeah, I'm gonna go Utah State here. I don't feel great about it because I still think Georgia State's just just more talented than Utah State, right? Like Utah State didn't really impress me all year, and obviously I love Levi Williams, but it hurts not having Cooper Legas. Um, yes, Devin Dye out. I don't think that's too big of a deal. I think they got some depth there, but on that, I can see a world where Georgia State covers and wins, but I'm gonna go Utah State here just to kind of be a little bit more safer. I mentioned to see what they got at running back there. A lot of times, like you saw with the Ohio game, you had these backup running backs that just come in and just feast, right? And
Yeah,
like sometimes running back, not
seriously.
not to not to discredit anything that Marcus Carroll's done or Casey Adams has done at Georgia State, but sometimes you got a guy in there that just been waiting to turn, itching for it. He's got fresh legs all year, and he can really get after it in his bowl game.
Yeah, I mean, look, and Freddie Brock, he's a senior. He did this might be his last game. I don't know if he's got eligibility left, but he might be coming out ready to go. So
Well,
who
and
knows?
sometimes there are these freshmen that are like they've been saving their red shirt, right? And so they can't burn it during the year, but in the bowl games, it doesn't count for red shirts, right? You get four in the regular season, you can play with however many games in the postseason. And sometimes some guys can come out of nowhere for you. They're not saying I know of anybody on Georgia State or what Utah State's can happen, but sometimes you got to look out for that. Like, oh, where's this guy been all year? Oh, he's been redshirting, and now he's ready to play after a full season on the practice squad, getting acclimated to college football after 2.5 weeks of bowl prep. Then he gets after it in the bowl game.
Yeah, so it'd not be the craziest thing for Georgia State to win this game, and it feels criminal to fade the Sun Belt. But yeah, give me Levi Williams and the Aggies. I don't think that's crazy at all. I mean, look, Levi Williams coming back, winning that game against New Mexico to send the team to a bowl game. He
Yep.
didn't have a particularly amazing game, but he did on the ground. Yes, he did. That kid can move 6'5", 230 from Canyon Lake, Texas. I like him a lot. I like him a lot. So
the
I'm
problem with this Utah State team is they just don't have any wins that you feel really, really good about. It's like, oh, like they showed up for 4 quarters and they beat a pretty average or pretty above average team in the Mountain West. And like the wins are New Mexico, Nevada, San Diego State, Colorado State. And you're looking at the bottom of the Mountain West standings, and those are those 4 teams. Not to discredit anything that this roster has done, right? The Aggies out west, but I don't know. That's why I'm so hesitant to take Georgia State. In our bowl pool, I did put just a little points on Utah State. Um, but that's why it's like, okay, how good are they really if they can't beat, or but they competed in some of these games against, Fresno State and even James Madison, which is pretty close, about as well as anybody played them all year. So yeah, this should be an awesome matchup. The Idaho Potato Bowl is always fantastic. This is in the Boise Stadium, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
This
which
is it.
is
Oh,
just
it's in
awesome.
Boise, Idaho.
I wish it was
Yeah.
in the the Idaho University of Idaho's stadium, which is just an iconic little dome there. Um, but obviously not not much seating there for you.
The
But
Vandals.
Boise Stadium's also as well.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, this is one of those ones where I mean, if we're back here, the next time we start picking more bowl games and we're talking about this game, I would not be surprised if Georgia State, if you, like you said, a rando running back came out and ran for 200 yards. I mean, that's what makes bowl games
Yep.
special too, in a way,
Yep.
So